So Apple's quarterly earnings topped expectations from Wall Street. Take a look. The company posted revenue of more than $111 billion for the fiscal second quarter, which ended March 28th. Apple says this is a 17% jump from the year prior and was fittingly powered by customers excited by the iPhone 17 lineup. CBS News contributor Patrick McGee joins us now to discuss all of this. He is the author of the New York Times bestseller Apple in China, the capture of the world's greatest company. And he agreed to wake up extra early for us, joining us from San Francisco to discuss this. Patrick, we deeply appreciate it. What stands out to you from Apple's earnings report?
You know, this is the first time they've gone back-to-back quarters with more than $100 billion in revenue. So, I mean, the CEO transition from Tim Cook to John Ternus is just happening at an all-time high for the company. My big hope is that that really gives air cover for the new guy, John Ternus, to be a little more creative with the sort of products that are coming out. I've described Apple as, you know, the sexiest utility business on the planet. But it is doing very well, even if you don't think the products are maybe all that exciting.
And so what will be the secret then to this new creativity? Because we also covered yesterday strong quarterly reports unveiled by other tech leaders. They're all citing an AI boom. Apple largely on the sidelines of that, focusing instead on hardware. So what's your take on that?
So, look, Apple is sort of nowhere in the top realm of leading AI. I mean, that's clear. I don't think that's a big criticism. Certainly not. It's not an original one. But they could actually sort of be a dark horse leader. So all the AI that you're talking about is AI in the cloud, which requires massive investments. I mean, literally, Meta alone is spending more than $125 billion this year on AI data centers. Where Apple could really push out its privacy play is to have on-chip processing, which means that you would be able to speak to an AI without the phone even connected to the internet. You could be on an airplane, for instance. You can already have this a little bit with Siri in terms of setting alarms and doing things that aren't very exciting. But if Apple can sort of bring the power of the cloud to the chip itself, they could really be a dark horse winner in the AI wars, long term.
Yeah, and for most consumers, that is yet to be seen. We did hear from John Ternus yesterday, and I'm wondering if you pulled any insight into what his strategy will be. I've heard some rumblings of an iPhone flip phone. Is that really the key?
The foldable phone is supposed to be this September. I have to say, Apple fanboys are really excited about this thing. Okay. I don't understand why the hype is so big. Like, there have been foldable phones in the Android universe since 2018. In China, you already have phones that fold twice. In other words, it's a trifold. But what I think John Ternus is going to do is, we have to remember that he's not really an iPhone guy. He's a Mac guy. That's, he spent 25 years at Apple, and he emerged from the Mac side of the business. And the product that Apple is really hailing right now is called the MacBook Neo, right? It's their $699 laptop. And they would be selling more of them, basically, if they could make more of them. They're facing supply chain constraints right now. But my reading is that John Ternus really wants to push the user base. In other words, expand the universe of people that are using iOS and Mac OS, and then go from there. So yes, the iPhone business is the biggest thing. I mean, to think of another business where the 17th iteration is all of a sudden the most popular, it's been a remarkable run. But I think their opportunity is really sort of like stealing from the Windows universe and having more and more people drive a Macintosh. And so John Ternus is really the guy behind that, and the MacBook Neo, which is out now, is sort of the first iteration of that new strategy.
Yeah, we'll see if he can recapture the excitement of new Apple and Mac products. Patrick McGee, we appreciate you waking up for us this Friday. Enjoy your
Thanks, Errol.